Hi there. This is just a quick demo for how the Point Cloud tools work. When you start, just make sure your settings are not too high. The quality here also sets the point size if you want to change later. The point density is currently controlled on this slider, so we'll keep that about midway. Now to activate it, we go into mode and select points. We can do both. Then go into Floto, tape measure, and I've set it at a distance of 0.1 meters, so 10 centimeters or about 3.5 inches. So then we click distance, record, and start moving. And we are coding our place in point clouds. Now we can leave that recorder going if we just exit, hitting the top there, and then move over to cinematic mode, and it's going to switch lenses. Now this little red slider here is our field of view slider. I find it's best to keep it wide while you're scanning, and then we can use the close-up and depth of field functions later. Now that little hole there in the door is just because we can't read bright light, so portals kind of stay as they are, but see, you can see the scanning matches pretty nicely. Eventually the processing will start to kind of chunk up a bit, so I'm just going to go back into playback, tape measure, hit that twice. Sorry about the kind of confusing methods. So if there's a hole in your point cloud, you can just use the volume key and that will capture little bits instead of recording at a crazy frame rate, so I can fill in areas that got missed. And that's actually quite interesting because you can really bring up quite a bit of detail quite quickly. Like we can't really see what's here, but if I hold the volume button down, that's going to build up a point cloud of exactly what's there. So then back in the cinematic mode, we can change our f-stop. So if we set it to an incredibly low 0.01, hit it over to manual, sorry for the awkward controls, and then we're starting to simulate depth of field. I think we'll be able to get all those coefficients of the depth of field working correctly so the hyperfocal distances line up correctly. So say we do that, we can switch back over to mode and go to Floto, and now if we just click, we will actually get what was there at that time. I haven't got the autofocus hooked up with this new method and the focus distance changes. But yeah, I'll hook all of those things back up. Another interesting thing that you can do is you can go over to segment, human key, and now hitting the volume button and taking a photo will actually take out the background, so you can do just a cutout of a person. So that's just a little quick tour of what we can do. There'll be certain features that I haven't ported over to this one, like I noticed that the LUTs don't work, the color grading doesn't work, but those are all things to add into the next one. But yeah, that's the current version. If you need to change the size of a layer at the moment, the click on the layer thing isn't working, so you have to click on the layer, and actually zooming doesn't work once we're in cinematic. Yeah, it was a bit of a rush compromise to get this build out, but I think it does a lot for explaining how the virtual cinema production tools could work. Okay, guys, thanks. Talk soon.